Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tracing Roots of Peace, a globalized, synchronized meditation sponsored by May Peace Prevail on Earth International, James Twyman, Diane, Shenandoah, and myself. I'm Sheila Applegate. So tonight is about raising the vibration and coming together in unity and peace. So as you move through the evening, we have beautiful speakers and musicians here to help us raise our vibration and come into harmony with each other. But remember, it is the vibration that we're most focused on. So if you meditate in a certain way or you have a certain prayer that allows you to feel the most connected to spirit, go ahead and do that, because this is recorded and you can watch it live. So our goal here right now is that we all come together from around the world. Welcome everyone coming in through the live stream. We all come together from around the world and we raise the vibration of love and we help make some really beautiful things happen. So tomorrow, let's all plan on coming together, looking around, seeing the beauty in life and the miracles that have come from us coming together, and share it. If you want to share it on Facebook, we can hear more stories about all the miracles that occur when we come together in peace and harmony and love. So welcome, and we will begin with the Thanksgiving address by Diane, Shenandoah.
Sego Schenandoah, taking a jet late in young gets. Diane got and go and sluddy, I got a jet away, and you got a leash tuck, and got a wheezy waggly, said to what the going to get Talus and go at these who dying from that and got a go. My name is Diane Shenandoah. My native name is Tikanat Shalit. I'm a faith keeper of the Wolf Clan. Very honored to be part of this evening tonight. Thank you, Sheila and James Twyman. I enjoyed your performance last night. We have what we call a Thanksgiving address, and I'm going to read it in English because I'm ashamed to say I can't speak it fluently in my own language, but it's very important words that remind us that we are to continually give thanks for all things on earth. So this is called the Thanksgiving Address. It's the words that come before all else. Today we've gathered and we see the cycles of life continue. We've been given the duty to live in balance, harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one as we give thanks and greetings to each other as people. Now our minds are one. The Earth Mother, we are thankful to our Earth Mother, the Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us, as she has from the beginning of time. To our Mother we send greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The waters. We give thanks to the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know it is power in many forms. Waterfalls and rain, mist, streams, rivers, and oceans. With one mind we send greetings and thanks to the spirit of the water. Now our minds are one. The fish, we turn our mind to all of the fish in the water. They're instructed to cleanse and purify the water. They also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful that we can still find pure water, so we turn now to the fish and send our greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The plants, we turn toward the vast fields of plant life. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our minds gathered together, we give thanks and look forward to seeing the plant life for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. The food plants. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all of the food plants we harvest from the garden. Since the beginning of time, our grains, vegetables, beans, and berries have helped people survive. Many other living things draw strength from them too. We gather all the plant foods together as one and send them the greetings of thanks. Now our minds are one. The medicine herbs. Now we turn to all the medicine herbs of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away the sickness. They are always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy that they are still among us, those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. Now our minds are one. To the animals, we gather together and send our greetings and thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are honored by them when they give up their lives. So many may use their bodies as food for our people. We see them near our homes and in the deep forest. We are glad they are still here, and we hope that they always will be so. Now our minds are one. The trees, we turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. Many people of the world use trees as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we greet and thank the tree of life. Now our minds are one. The birds. We put our minds together as one and thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them beautiful songs. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader. To all the birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The four winds. We are thankful to all the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voice in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us to bring change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and our thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. The thunders. Now we turn west to where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring within the waters that renew life. We are thankful that they keep those evil things made by the destroyer underground. We bring our minds together as one as we send greetings and thanks to our grandfathers, the thunders. Now our minds are one. The sun. Now we send greetings and thanks for our eldest brother, the sun. Each day without fail, he travels from the sky, east to west, bringing the lights of the new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send our greetings and thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. Grandmother Moon. We put our minds together to give thanks to our eldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She is the leader of the women all over the world, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing phases, we measure time, and it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our grandmother, the moon. Now our minds are one. The stars. We gather to give thanks to the stars, whose are spread across the sky like jewelry. We see them in the night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bringing dew to the gardens and growing things. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered together as one, we send greetings and thanks to the stars. Now our minds are one. The enlightened teachers. We gather our minds to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help throughout the ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us the way we are instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to these caring teachers. Now our minds are one. To the Creator. Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator, or Great Spirit. We send our greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation, everything we need to live a good life here on this Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greetings and thanks to our Creator. Now our minds are one. Nyawenko. I was asked to share the messages of the Peacemaker. The land you now are upon is our capital of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. I'm from the Oneida Nation. There's the Oneida, Onondaga, Seneca, Mohawk, and Tuscarora. This is the Onondaga, and this is our capital. So many, many years ago, and you'll hear many versions of the Peacemaker. You'll hear many, many versions. But my favorite part of our story, and there, like I said, there's a lot of versions. But they say that when the Peacemaker came down, there was a great war among these lands, great war among the Haudenosaunee, a lot of fighting, a lot of killing before we formed as a confederacy, a lot of death and destruction. There was an evil chief named Taradeho, and this evil chief did a lot of terrible, terrible things, a lot of murdering, a lot of horrific things. And we had one prophet we call Hiawatha, or Hiawatha. Many of you know Hiawatha Boulevard here. Well, it's actually Hiawatha. And he had all 7 of his daughters murdered by this evil chief Taradeho. He was so grieved, he was so heartbroken, his heart was on the ground, that he wandered around for days, months, weeks, months, wandered around these mountains. And he couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, he couldn't think. He was just so grieved. And they say that he came upon this lake, and he just didn't want to go on anymore. He just couldn't go on anymore, couldn't bear to live with his daughters, his family who had all been murdered. And he was going to end his life and throw himself into this lake. And as he did, it said that the geese lifted the water from this lake. And the shell, the wampum shell, was at the bottom of this lake. This is the wampum shell that I'm wearing. And when he saw that shell, he picked up that shell and he knew it was significant, and he created a ceremony because he needed this grief lifted. And so he thought, well, I'll make a bead, and I'll create a ceremony. I'll make a bead, and this bead will represent, if I met somebody that was grieving as hard as I would want them to take the eagle feather and brush the dust of death off my ears, so I'd be able to hear the birds and hear words from other people. I would want somebody, I'd make another bead, and I would want somebody to take this bead, and it would represent someone taking the deer skin, the softest skin of the deer, and wiping the tears from my eyes, so I'd be able to see all the beauty that's around me. He made another bead. He said, this bead will represent the water. I would want somebody to hand me a drink of water to wash down that grief and that lump in my throat, so I'd be able to swallow and talk with my fellow human beings. So as he did this, as he was creating this wampum, they say the peacemaker came down through the woods and came upon him and asked him what he was doing. So Hiawatha explained to him what he was doing, how he was grieved, and he was trying to heal from such heavy grief. And the peacemaker said to him, well, you're going to make another one. He said, and this will be the songs, this will represent the songs of love. We'll sing the songs of love to each other, and this is how we will heal. Make another bead. This big bead will be the bead of forgiveness. We need to forgive one another, forgive each other for the pain that we've caused one another and the pain that we carry. So this is how we're going to heal. So from that moment forward, they came together and went from village to village along with Jaguntsase, who was the first clan mother, and they formed the Confederacy and under the messages of peace. And this is the great law of peace that we talk about, that formed together through love, through forgiveness. So that is just a very brief glimpse of some of our teachings. Now I would like to introduce my lovely sister, Joanne Shenandoah. And she is going to, we are going to sing a little song for you.
Those are beautiful words. And the act of forgiveness is very, very close to our heart because we know that's what people need around the world. We start thinking about how do we have peace? How do we start? It starts right here within each and every one of us. It's not what someone else can do or depending upon somebody else. Each and every one of us have a gift and a responsibility to not only ourselves but to future generations. So her words are very beautiful, and I was in the back room playing along to what she was saying, and they all were like, you should be in there, playing with her. But I recall being told by one of our elders that the wampum, you see, the quahog shell, the deep purple represents bruising or pain or suffering. We all know what that feels like, right? To be left outside of a circle. And then when we heal, it comes back to the color, our natural color. So Hiawatha created the wampum so there would be peace. Hiawatha Neijio Nahiho Segoyo Guha Ne Lonsun Onigola Ne Nskana Awundu Laonigu Laonigu Laonigo Sungsei Hiawatha Launigola, Nainskana, Ahundu, Launigu, Launigu, Launigo, some say, high and watha, Neigio Naheho, Segoyo Guha, Nelonsun, Onigola, Nainskana, Awondu, Launigu, 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 Launigu. Thank you. So, Diane and I have been asked to perform many places around the world, and we know one thing is for sure, that everyone wants to live in peace and harmony. They want to see their gardens grow. They want to see their children flourish. They want to see love. They want to see happiness. They want to see smiles, right? We all have that ability within us to want to see that. So to protect all of that, we've been given many special gifts. One is from caring about our children from the time they're inside the womb and to watching them grow. What a beautiful gift that is, right? You're proud of your children. You want them to succeed. You want them to have babies. Finally, I'm a grandmother. and my daughter, I'm so happy. She's given me this beautiful gift to help raise. And Diane, grandmother of how many? 10 grandchildren. What a beautiful gift, right? We want to leave the world in a better place. So we put our minds and our thoughts together as one during this time we have together. And we say, let's make a better world for our children. How do we do that? We do that through accepting love, accepting peace, our intentions of our words, of our thoughts, of our minds. We come together with a good mind to share with one another, right? And this is what this is all about. In my opinion, I believe that the world is so ready to make change. So it begins within each and every one of us. I was asked to write a song for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And this was the week before we were off to sing for the canonization of the first Mohawk saint, Gadali Degakwitha, who many love and worship because she was a good woman. How can you not love a good woman? Right? Your mom, your grandma, your aunties, your sisters, all those who've given to you endless love, food, nourishment, tears, prayers. That's what women do. That's why we call her our Mother the Earth, because she sustains us. She gives to us our life. So these are the words of the song. May there be peace to all people of the world. Let our minds be one. Skana Aizi Wanandonyo Hage Skana Aizi Wanandonyo Hage Ahun Jugwego Ahun Jugwego Ungwa Nigola Ungwa Nigola Skana. Aizi wanandonyo hage. Skana. Aizi wanandonyo hage. Ahun jugwe go. Ahun jugwe go. Ungwa nigola. Ungwa nigola. Skana. Aizi wanandonyo hage. Skana. Aizi wanandonyo hage. Ahun jigwe go. Ahun jigwe go. Ungwa nigola. Ungwa nigola. Thank you. So I'll do one more song, and then I think we've got some wonderful discussion coming up. And this song is a song I wrote called We Will Rise Up, because I know sometimes it's easy to focus upon the bad things going on in the news and all that. So if I can take you to a place of a Mohawk guy who was adopted. He's Buddhist. He's also a homicide detective in LA. And he asked me to write a theme song for his movie. And this is the song I just released, which just won the best single of the year for the Native American Music Awards. And I'm very, very honored to be here tonight. And thank you, Sheila, Applegate, Diane, for putting this together, and for Val and Ralph and all of you who really care about peace, because peace is where it's at. There's no doubt about it. So this is the song. I am standing on the edge of wondering where to go. Love and hatred fill my being. Torn this world of woe. What happened to the love we knew and the way we cared back then? Prophecies are coming true, but this will not be the end. Oh no, this won't be the end. And in our darkest hour, we will not be afraid. When others lose their way, we will rise up. We will rise up. We will rise up and see the way. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne and Diane, for the beautiful music and the story of the Peacemaker. I'm going to springboard off of what Diane shared with you and explain why we're calling this the Tracing Roots of Peace. Because after the community, the warring tribes came together, after the message of love penetrated their hearts, and they they came together under the Confederacy, the peacemaker buried a white pine tree, or he planted a white pine tree, and underneath the pine tree, everyone placed their weapons, because they no longer were going to be in war. And so buried under the pine is the weapons. And the peacemaker said to the people that the roots of this tree will go out in 4 directions. And everyone seeking peace from any of the 4 directions in the world will be able to follow the roots of the tree back to this land and to find shelter in the tree of peace. And this is why we come together on this land today, open to the world, and calling everyone from around the world to join with us by following those roots of our love and our heart that have been out in the world for thousands of years, spreading this message of peace and love, coming together as one, and then bringing it to the world in the places with which we live. So I'm going to do a guided meditation. For any of you who have not meditated before or don't use this technique, I like to tell you to just imagine that I'm someone you trust and that I'm telling you a bedtime story, and allow the imagery to come alive within your own mind. And it's okay if it feels like your imagination, but just to allow the visions to come. And again, I remind everyone that this is about the vibration, so if you have a different way of meditating, this is a wonderful place to do it now. So I just ask that you find a comfortable place to sit if you haven't. If you are in a car listening to this, just wait. Just imagine that you're connected, but don't go into a meditation and drive. So for those of you who are not, that can find a comfortable place to relax and to receive this message, and I often suggest that you close your eyes if that will help you. I see better when I close my eyes. And we give thanks to the Creator. As you sit there very relaxed and comfortable, I ask that you take a deep breath in and release. Breathe in love and release joy. Breathe in hope and release passion. Continue to breathe deeply and rhythmically as you feel your mind and body becoming more and more relaxed. All distracting thoughts float away like puffy white clouds in a bright blue sky. They have no power over you. And as you sit there very relaxed and comfortable, you begin to see, feel, sense, or imagine above your head a beautiful golden rose image of Grandfather Sun and a bioluminescent blue image of Grandmother Moon, encircled by a ring of light. The golden rose light of the sun and the bioluminescent blue of the moon pour down above you like liquid color, swirling into each other, infusing until every particle is a fusion of the bioluminescent blue and the golden rose. And that thick liquid color pours into the top of your head, harmonizing now every cell of your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. It moves into your ears and your inner ears that you will hear only the truth. Into your eyes and your third inner vision that you will see only the truth. And then that beautiful light moves into your throat, opening the throat center now that you will speak the truth with love, grace, and strength. And as this liquid color pours over your shoulders, you release now any burdens that you've carried for other people. You thought they were yours, but they are not yours to carry. Allow them to be released into the love of the Creator. The thick, beautiful golden rose and bioluminescent blue light moves down your arms and into your hands, that all those you touch will feel the healing vibration of divine love. And then that light fills your heart, moving into every crevice of your heart, every chamber, Opening your heart center now to give and receive love in the deepest form. Just take a moment to feel that love. Feel the love coming to you from all directions. And feel yourself releasing it into the world as a gift to others. And then that light continues downward just below your rib cage. This is the emotional center of your being. Allow the light to bring into harmony now all of your emotions, that you are free to experience the full spectrum of emotion with love and grace. And as it moves down into your midsection, your creation center, whether you are male or female in this lifetime, this is your sacred womb, the core of your being where your deepest dreams and desires are made manifest. Allow the light to fill this space now. The light continues down your legs and into your feet. Imagine yourself now dancing on Mother Earth, leaving footprints of golden rose and bioluminescent light, of deep, unconditional love, massaging our mother with your dancing feet. And now imagine that you are seeing the most beautiful, vibrant world all around you. The grass that you are dancing on is thick, lush, green grass. The sky is illuminated. The trees are rustling in the wind. And you can see the others dancing. As far as you can look, you see that there are more of us dancing and leaving footprints of bioluminescent blue and golden rose love on our earth, healing, massaging, and thanking her in our dance. Allow your heart to reach out to the others that you imagine yourself seeing and connecting with in this beautiful world that we are dancing. Feel the linking of the heart amplifying the love as it moves across our Mother Earth. And then we start to dance towards these incredible roots that we are now seeing and feeling. They seem to be calling us from the earth. They are deep, deep within the earth in every direction. Wherever we are in this world, we can feel them calling us and pulling us, and we feel ourselves coming home to a place of peace. Imagine the roots and imagine yourself following them, feeling them, loving you and embracing you as they pull you to the sacred tree of peace. And when we arrive, we stand in front of the beautiful white pine tree that rises up in the air further than we can see, and yet we know that at the top there is an eagle. And we look around us and there are people from everywhere. And we are lining up and we are hugging each other and we are holding hands as we dance and sing around this tree. And we are being nurtured from the tree. And we receive the nurturing not only from the grass beneath our feet, from our Mother Earth, but from the sacred tree, and from all the ancestors who have gone before us to prepare this moment in time for us to come together, to remember who we are at the deepest soul of our being, and to allow that to penetrate and to remember. And we look around, and there is no stranger. It doesn't matter if we have ever seen them on earth. It doesn't matter if they represent someone that we might have discord in our mind. Here we feel the love and we feel the peace and we are at home. And we embrace it. And it nourishes us. And the tree itself seems to be filling us with love. And we can feel the love of the peacemaker and of the ancient ones, the storytellers, and the prophets who have come before us. And we are nurtured from that. Allow it to fill you into the deepest part of your cells as you receive it. And then carry that with you. As you imagine yourself returning to the space in the world that you reside, following the roots back and bringing with you the gifts and pouring them out as you go, spreading the love that we have found together, the unity that we have experienced, spreading it out to all other beings as we move, until we realize that everyone has been with us in this moment, and we are all one, and we are at peace, and we give thanks. Sit there for a moment and allow that to penetrate in your own thoughts, your own words, and your own heart. Yeah, thank you. And now as we come back into this moment, I am honored and grateful to welcome James to share his loving gifts. James is here on this land with us today, and we are so grateful as he travels across the country that has felt the call of the Tree of Peace and come to this space to share his peace with you.
Thank you, Sheila. Thanks to all of you who are joining us. Thanks to everyone who's joining us around the world. The gift of peace is not a small gift, as we know. But it's a gift that we've been keeping from ourselves by remaining isolated and separate. But the good news is that we're beginning to see the folly of our ways and coming back together. Many traditions, all of us individually, even nations. We were talking before about the power of coming together. I have personally found that when people come together and focus their prayers of peace in one direction, that it's not only a powerful force, but I believe it to be the most powerful force in the whole universe. I've had many opportunities to experience that and to see that. I'll just tell you a couple of very quick stories to illustrate what I'm saying. The first time I ever had the chance to focus a worldwide prayer vigil was in 1998. My first book had come out. I was in the UK doing a book tour, and it was at a time when the US and Iraq were at odds. There didn't seem to be any possibility of avoiding a conflict. And I was on a radio station. I just happened to make a comment that I would love to sing the Muslim peace prayer to Saddam Hussein. Maybe if we just pray together, a miracle will happen. Well, next thing I know, a couple days later, I'm on an airplane heading to Iraq because the Iraqi ambassador to Great Britain heard that interview, and I was officially invited by Saddam Hussein to come to Iraq. And a friend of mine at the time had only a few hundred names on her email list. You know, this is a time when not everybody had emails. So a few hundred people got an email from her asking them to stop and pray at the same time I would be doing this concert there. And that spread. It went viral. It was one of the first examples of a viral email, and millions of people heard about this and shared the email. And all I know is that there didn't seem to be any possibility of avoiding another terrible war. But while this concert was going on, you could almost feel like it was raining peace. And to everyone's surprise, 3 days later, a peace accord was signed. That same day, Kofi Annan arrived from the United Nations, and everything shifted in that moment. And one may say that it's just a coincidence. Maybe it seemed that way, but over and over and over, these types of coincidences happened. I remember not long after that, once again, Iraq and the U.S. were right there on the brink. And a couple of friends of mine, Greg Braden and Doreen Virtue, and we got together and decided to have another one of these big prayer vigils. We called it the Great Experiment. Let's see if this is true. Let's see if this is real. Let's experiment with this energy. And so people all over the world responded. Once again, millions of people focusing. And we could feel the power in the moment, just as we're all feeling the power here now. And we didn't realize that while the prayer vigil was actually happening, something was happening there in the Gulf that we weren't aware of till the next day. Actually, President Clinton had given the order for the fighter jets to leave their ships and to begin the bombing campaign. And they were hovering over Iraq, waiting for the final order to begin the bombing. And they stayed and they hovered and they didn't move until finally the order was given to come down and to return to their ships. No one really knew why. But then, almost wondering why they had done that, they launched them again. And once again, these jets were in the air waiting to launch their weapons. And once again, they were called back. It was a great mystery. No one knew why the order was given to keep coming back and not to drop a single bomb. No one died. And it was at the exact same time that millions of people were focusing their prayers of peace onto that situation. I could tell story after story, and it gets to the point where you can no longer say this is a coincidence. This is real. This is a real powerful energy. When we come together as one, it is a palpable force of peace. And that's what we're bringing here today. And to do that on this sacred land, to do that in the place where this great story of the peacemaker and this incredible confederation that actually helped form the United States government. Amazing. It's amazing to be here and to share that great tradition. And being someone who loves St. Francis, I wanted to share a prayer that came from him. And at first I thought I would share the traditional prayer of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace, which we all probably know. Because we are all called to be instruments of peace. That's what this is really all about. To be used, to be played. But if you were at my show last night, you realize that Francis did not write that prayer. So I wanted to share a prayer that he did write. And this came to me because this could easily be a native people's prayer as well. Because it's about brother sun and sister moon, sister air, brother wind, all of the elements, all of the creatures that are singing to us every moment and teaching us that we are one. So this is called the Canticle of the Creatures. Most High. Try the right key. Most High, all powerful, good Lord, my own, to you do they each belong, to you, beloved, alone. And first, my Lord, is brother sun, who brings the day and sends the light. How radiant in your splendor, how beautiful in your sight. All praise to you through sister moon and all your stars, so fair. She reflects the light that you offer her, and then returns to your sacred care. And as for brother wind and sister air, you cherish what you have made. The love you bring will never fade. So renew our hearts, we pray. Renew our hearts, for we are waiting, and your blessings are true. Each one one of them you are creating reflects the light that is found in you. All praise to you through Brother Fire, who brightens up the night. How beautiful and how cheerful, how powerful and how bright. And as for Mother Earth, who sustains us and provides for all we need, the love you bring is all we need. Renew our hearts, we pray. Oh, renew our hearts, for we are waiting, and your blessings are true. Each one of them you are creating reflects the light that is found in you. Most high, all powerful, good Lord, my own. I am home. So from the 12th century saint to this moment, we honor all the creatures that teach us what it means to live in peace. And so now, my dear friends from the May Peace Prevail on Earth International Foundation have sent a video that is going to be shared with everyone who's watching this live online and everyone here as well. And that prayer, may peace prevail on earth, is such a powerful prayer. I'm sure you've all seen the peace poles that are almost everywhere on the planet. They're like acupuncture needles in the earth, and in many different languages. And so we're going to hear just a few of those languages with that prayer here today to take this even deeper.
السلام للعالم أجمع. 我们祝愿世界人类的和平。
May peace prevail on earth.
Puisse la paix régner dans le monde.
Да будет мир человечеству во всем мире.
Que la paz prevalezca en la tierra.
Pace mbretëroftë në botë.
Salam բմոլլա على مسفل.
Խաղաղություն ամբողջ աշխարհի մարդկությանը.
Aka urakenha suma hakanya uthpa.
Yaşasın sülh bütün dünyada.
Nesuma kaladamu tukukulukoka.
Нехай буде мир человечеству во всем свете.
বিশ্বে শান্তি বিরাজ করুক.
Mamba peace stable on wall.
Neka mir zavlada na zemlji.
Нека пребъде мира по света.
ကမ္ဘာလူသားများငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးရရှိပါစေ
សូមឲ្យពិភពលោកបានសន្តិភាព
Paz que acaba no mundo. Que la pau prevalgue a la terra.
Mtendere ukhale paziko la pansi.
Amani oharuma ye dunia kamili.
Pour la paix s'imailler dans les mondes entiers.
Que la paix y règne dans le monde.
Atmir vždy vládne na zemi.
Må fred herske på jorden.
برقرار باد صلح در جهان.
دنیای aman kan damahtawan dewe.
Mogen vrede heersen op aarde.
Замли динауlo, деки пенсum sojuji.
Olku maailmassa rahu.
Vallitkoon rauha maailmassa.
Daher იყოს მშვიდობა მთელ მსოფლიოში.
Möge Friede auf Erden sein.
Εύχομαι να επικρατήσει η ειρήνη στον κόσμο.
Ishre Shalom Alei Adamot.
Vish में शांति रहे. Megi friður ríkja á jörð.
Que eterna tua tirau Yohanab.
Semoga damai di dunia.
Goref Shirkon.
Darwin.
Che la pace regni sulla terra.
Адамзатқа бүткіл дүниеде бейбітшілік болсын.
Amahoro ganze kw'isi hose.
Amahoro yosasa gara mw'isi yose.
세계 인류의 평화가 이룩되도록.
Asti bu hamu jihan.
Dünyada tinchlik bo'lsin.
ขอให้สันติภาพจงมีอยู่ในโลก
Lai boet meer pasaule.
Frieden mit alle Menschen auf der Welt.
Tevuna pasaulia taika.
Neka mirot zavladaje na zemljata.
Legyen béke a földön. Engel ni hancaka erani zau tutului zau ni fanjia pahalemana.
Semoga damai di dunia.
Yalwal paci Sultan Fitinia.
Himanga rungo kirunga itifinua.
Aineman Imperion Lali.
Fie pace pe pământ.
Diane deși e samornong bag.
Enim meg eu yat ep.
विश्वमा शान्ति फैलिरहोस्.
Måtte det være fred på jorden.
Avud abul msisi rablul ard.
تلجوي سوله پنړیکشي.
برقرار باد صلح در سراسر جهان.
Peace must stop long war.
Niech będzie pokój na ziemi.
Que a paz prevaleça no mundo.
Tersemuyupi alinkau saikachum.
Imalo piel file muy la lulang.
Siriri aduti nanduti sesi.
Khozo ibete le fati.
Akahiso enneteng mo lefateng.
Novehi samaye pavativa.
Uthula akube semhlabeni. Niech pokój vždy vládne na zemi.
Naj mir zavlada svetu.
Dunidu nabat hakuarto.
Amani na iwepo duniani.
Må fred råda på jorden.
Sana'y manatili ang kapayapaan sa daigdig.
Barqaror botsul dar jahan.
பூமியில் சமாதானம் நிலவட்டும்.
Dame ba mundu tomak.
ขอให้สันติภาพจงมาสู่โลก Salam alam miskan.
Pengetahuan ketok Amerino imamani kotoa.
Dünyada barış daim olsun.
Dünyada ferahatçılık bolsun.
Ketumal tefile mu itelalolang.
Хай буде мир людству у всьому світі.
Dunia में aman कायम रहे.
Dünyada tinchlik bo'lsin.
Cầu chúc hòa bình cho toàn nhân loại trên thế giới.
Next, I would like to introduce Ralph Singh. The Roots of Peace indeed went out in 4 directions over these thousands of years, and many beautiful traditions from around the world have found a home here on this sacred land. One of those traditions is the Sikh tradition. And Babaji Veer Singh visited Ralph and knew that a Gobind Sadhan also belonged on this land. So Ralph is here to share the story that he has to share with you about the Sikh tradition and the love of God's house without walls.
Thank you, Sheila, and thank everyone, both gathered in God's many names and in the endless light that radiates throughout the universe. I bring you greetings and blessings in the name of His Holiness Papa Visvasanji, and greetings from the international community that we call God's House Without Walls. where 24/7 endless praises are recited in the names of the one who is beyond all names, beyond all forms, beyond all space. And I'll share a little with you to open. And so I had shared with my lovely wife, the conundrum of playing from my phone was that turning the volume up to play for you left the channel open for dear friends to call. And I even took the name of the person who I knew might call. But this is endless praises, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Fount of all virtues, generous and merciful, infinite is thy glory, eternal is thine existence, and incomparable thy grace. Self-resplendent and ever indestructible, infinite is thy might, O Lord of lords, King of kings, Son of all sons, Lord of all angels, incomparable is thy glory. Lord of all Indras, greatest among the great, poorest among the poor, annihilator of death. Beyond the physical elements, ever resplendent with light, of infinite speed beyond any measure, ever generous, fount of virtues and treasures, worshipped by sages without fear or desire, of dazzling brilliance, indivisible and immeasurable. Thy actions spring from thy nature, thy laws from the noblest ideals. Thou adorn and fulfill the cosmos, unbound and unchallenged. Everything is united. We are all one. Everything, animate and inanimate, emanates from the same light, has the same light burning within it, and will ultimately return to the same light. As Guru Gobind Singh Ji explained, like sparks leap from the fire, only to die and return to the fire. Like spray from the waves fall back into the ocean. We are but tiny sparks of that eternal flame, flickers of light, spray on an endless ocean, yet we are so wrapped up in our own existence that we forget the ocean. We are a small, infinitesimal part of the eternal, endless one, and all part of that grand order, just as the sun and the water and the plants, from the cosmic to the subatomic, all revolve in that divine order. What distinguishes us is we are out of sync. What keeps us apart from God and from each other is ourselves, our carefully constructed egos meant to connect us to and support us in the material world. In the process of serving and embellishing our egos, we build walls to keep others out and even keep out God. We are so driven by our fears, like animals in a stampede, submissive sheep, cattle being driven to slaughter for someone else's profit. So full of fear that we can't listen to the orders of love and peace. So tonight, let's begin to break down those walls of fear and hatred, the barriers to peace within ourselves. Let's have a sit-in. Occupy the most dangerous and disruptive space, our minds. Let's take them over and re-educate, retool, reroute our thoughts. Bring in love and send hate packing. Bring in praise and send fear packing. Bring in hope and send despair and apathy packing. Energize, mobilize, but first calm the mind. Tune out the negative, tune in the positive. Attune our minds with the endless praises of the Eternal One. Attune our minds to Nam, the voice of the infinite within. Attune our minds with Nam, celestial songs of the cosmos. Let us protest against the darkness within us and begin with his divine grace. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. From time immemorial, those sent by the Creator brought powerful words, powerful sounds to attune our minds, often called God's holy name or simply Nam. Along with Japsab Baba Visasinji blessed everyone who came to him with the Nam Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. There is one God whose name is truth. Praise the ever more greater, more wondrous, more infinite, more ineffable one. So with Babaji's blessings, let us kindle the light of love within us. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Kindle the light of peace. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. With every breath, let the waves of forgiveness wash over us. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. With every breath, let our worries fall away. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Dwell in that light. Onkar Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Let your troubles melt. Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. Let that force field surround you. Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. As you are tapped into the endless column of divine light. Ek Onkar Satnam Sri Vaheguru. As you recite, listen. Listen to your mind repeating those wondrous sounds, echoing within you and all around you. Then you will recognize the light in all and be able to see the same divine light everywhere you look. As Guru Gobind Singh Ji shared, recognize all people as one human race and recognize we are all part of the wondrous creation we call our nature. And recognize and see everyone as part of my community. See no one as another. I'll close with a story. Many years ago, right here on SU campus in Hendricks Chapel, there was an interfaith Thanksgiving service. And at the close, people from all faiths gathered to sing God's praises together. God was so happy that he spoke, tell all those who have cursed their fate that they were born at this time, that they will live to thank God that they were born at this time. And with all the light and love that we and others of good are generating, I know it will be so. And so we pray that the peace that has been hidden now be revealed, that it may dawn and spread across the world, illuminating the darkness as it goes. And as Babaji blesses them, don't be afraid of the clouds that come in your life. Don't be afraid of difficulties. Keep moving ahead. Give your hand to God, and he'll keep you in the light 24 hours a day. And now I have the great honor to welcome and introduce my sister from the Mohawk, Val Cook.
Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here ever since my dear friend Sheila asked me to speak. Have you ever made a promise to the Creator, asking Him for something, making those promises? Well, this was me 9 years ago, 10 years ago. I wrote a book and I didn't know what to say. They were going to do a book signing. You can write a book, but you know, there's a lot of work involved, and then you have to get up and speak about it. So I was asked to be the person first in the morning to open the retreat that was happening with a lot of good speakers on wellness, mental health, talking about love. The book was called Medicine of Love. And this isn't about the book, but love is. And love comes from the vibration of you. Love comes from your heart. And so I'm calling to action everybody out in the world who's here present, all of my family and friends. We've been doing this right along for many years to be able to connect with each other with that vibration of love that promotes peace. The promise I made was I didn't know what to say to those people that morning, that next morning. And so I asked the Creator for something, and you better be able to listen and act when you ask something. I couldn't sleep. I was compelled, really compelled to get up and get paper and a pencil. And I wrote this, word for word, which I downloaded from the Creator. But I made a promise. He said I could have it before I wrote this out. I had to tell everyone that I meet. So when Sheila gifted me this opportunity, of course, yes, this is the message. This is the gift that was not only sent to me, but a message for you as well. And the vibration, as that Mohawk person, we use instruments. We use a horn rattle, a turtle rattle. We use the drum. We use our dancing and talking to many people in our group. It just grows and grows. I've looked at other religions, and they do the same thing with different instruments, creating that unity, coming together. So now here's the message that was downloaded, and please, please listen with an open heart to create that vibration of peace. Awaken all my sisters and brothers to this time together, to the power you hold within. Awaken and know that I am speaking my truth. I will take advantage of these moments together to say, I love you. I need you, and the world needs you. We need your goodness, your love and compassion, your truth and kindness, and your spirit. Awaken to the here and now, for these are the elements that will heal you, that will heal me, and will heal the world. You have the power. Awaken. Let our brightness, our brilliance, our light join for these moments together as infants taking our first steps, supporting each other, realizing our purpose.
Please send some energy right now, some love.
And what is our purpose?
To bring life back to him, please.
Yes.
911. Yeah, 911. Yeah. You're calling right now. Yeah, 911. 911. Yeah. Has he did any episodes before? No. Honey, it's okay.
You want me to continue or wait?
Can you talk? He can talk.
So what is our purpose? Our purpose is simple: to be happy. Think happiness, see happiness, speak the words of happiness, and sing. Awaken your spirit to the wonder of our Creator's gifts, for you too are a gift. Smile and feel your happiness and dance. Find your pleasure in everything, every day, and be grateful. Awaken your body to the smells of nature, aromas of good food, the scent of your lover. Give and receive the pleasures of life. Awaken to your beauty and walk with the confidence, expectation, and the sensuality you were born with. Commit to yourself all of your desires for the rest of your life, knowing that you are writing your own story of the rest of your life. You have the power right now, right here, to vibrate out into the world all of your love and bring peace. Awaken to the you that is present today, and let us rejoice together and awaken the world. I love you. Wow.
Thank you, Val, for holding space for us. We did, for those of you who are watching from around the world, we did have a little incident in the audience where we need to give someone some energy and some help, and you held the space for us, and so did all of you out in the world. So we give you thanks, and we ask that everyone continue to send your light to the being that is here with us named Dal, that he may breathe in the essence of our love and vibrate in divine perfection. We give thanks. And now is the time to call all of the speakers up onto the stage, and there's only a couple of us left. So Val and James, come on. You're going to see if we can get the others. And then, James, you can do the closing song at this point, I think, when we get the speakers in. Thank you all for hanging in with us. It's okay if people do need to be out there. We can just... You and me close.
Yeah.
Oh, here we come. Here we come. We're just going to stand up here and close this.
So, we've been talking here this entire time about being instruments of peace. We mentioned this prayer before, the prayer of St. Francis, where we're asking to be made into instruments. But I think this is really more about acknowledging that we are that now. Not to be asked to be made into something that we already have within us, but to proclaim that. So we're going to sing just this one line together. Lord, I am an instrument of your peace. We're going to invite everyone who's watching this to join us as well. Wherever you're sitting, whatever you're doing, to sing these words. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace. instrument of your peace. Very quietly, one more time. Oh Lord, I am an instrument of your peace, of your peace. I am your instrument. I am your instrument, an instrument of your peace.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone here. Thank you, everyone around the world. And may peace prevail on earth.